Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to. Oh, that reminds me. It's the show. Katniss uses a bow. Yeah. Crow. But did you know this is the intro?
Fuck, I messed it up.
Oh.
Shout out,
Advil.
Welcome back to That Reminds Me.
Use code
I'm
MADJAD for 10% off
Madjad.
your next Madville.
No,
Madville.
Madville, ayo.
Merch drop. Madville. Oh my god.
I do have to say, I am wearing a shirt right now that does say my name on it. It says Mckenzie. In all lowercase. Spelled correctly.
Nice. My name's John, by the way.
Welcome back to That Reminds Me, where we're here to yap to you. So hi, we're here to yap to you. How are you today, John?
I am doing pretty good. I finally I completed my levels on Fortnite that I had to complete because there was like a skin that came out, so you had to like get a certain amount of levels. So I completed that. I had some meetings that I did. I watched you. I was watching you all day.
Dude, what the fuck? That's weird as hell.
And yeah, I also watched some Netflix aside from watching you. I watched the show on Netflix. Yeah.
Guys, it's gonna be the last ever That Reminds Me podcast. I kinda have a stalker.
So if I was stalking you, you'd at least like see the episode out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I already showed up, I already cleared my plan.
Yeah.
So you just finish this episode, get the absolute bag, and then we'll dip. But
you're getting a bag from these episodes? Where's my bag?
You guys are getting paid? You know that bit from that movie? Of the guy from the bear?
I think so.
Anywho, happy episode 90.
Woo! Remember, guys,
that's 10 more episodes.
Guest episodes over 5 episodes, so this is a guest episode. Stay tuned to find out who the guest is.
Technically speaking, I got majority of the guest.
That's because you're picky with who you want to talk to and spend your time with.
Oh, no. I just am antisocial.
Okay, I'll get a guest then.
Okay. Actually, you were waiting on your guest still to this day.
I don't even think he remembers that it exists.
Yeah. My day's going well. I woke up. I made my sister a cake because she returned home, so I wrote "Welcome Home" on it.
That's cute.
What else did I do?
Turn out well?
I don't talk about it. I made a cake.
Nice. So you've been really busy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, if you guys don't know, I finished school, and then I was working, and then I finished work, and according to them, I am going to work this summer. Just haven't heard anything.
Just waiting on the call.
Yeah. But I have to do my taxes after this, so.
Ooh, taxes are fun. Not really. Kind of boring, but like not unfun.
Why do you like taxes?
They're all right. I don't like doing them. I just think people make more of a deal out of them than they are. I think it's like really easy. You just like fill out like a Q&A and then they just go, you either owe. I wonder how Canadian taxes work.
Why? How am I supposed to know when I need taxes? Like when I have to do them? Because
it's tax season.
But like no one told me it is.
I Google when can I do my taxes, and that's how I found out when I could do my taxes.
But
I just do that every year at the start of the
year.
They
don't tell me that. They should tell me that.
I'm curious. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but like I know America, how taxes work is like you do your whole year of working and stuff and making money. And then after that year is over, you fill out your taxes, and based on what you're filling out in your tax forms, they figure out how much you owed in taxes, right? And they know how much you owe, and they figure out if you correctly filed them and if you paid the right amount, and if not, then you owe the government more. And then if you paid more because, like, say, you're like a student or you qualify for this, that, the other thing, you like can get some of your tax money back, then they'll pay you money. But
If they
I always just
have
thought
it
it was strange because
documented,
they know how much
then
you
why
owe,
do
but
I need to do it?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I
It
know there's other
doesn't make
countries where like it's
sense.
not like that, where they just know how much you owe and they just like give you the bill or whatever or something.
I had no clue how this works. So,
But
that
like you would have
person
filed
to
taxes.
ask.
You would have like filed taxes in the past.
Sure. Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, obviously, because you've been streaming
Obviously.
and making money for like a couple years. So
My mom
obviously.
does my taxes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just like you don't pay your
I
taxes.
know, but like legally, I just wanted to clarify.
Okay. Just want to clarify. Okay.
That my mom does my taxes. Yeah. Okay. So it is the most exciting time of the podcast. The time that everyone looks forward to. We talked about it last week. We talked about it the week before.
Yep.
That's right. It's Coachella Week 3. So, if you guys don't know, Coachella has started April 1st, April something. But
it did not start on April. I think it was like April 10th.
April 10th.
11th. There we go. This year.
But I learned that there is another festival like right after it called Stagecoach Festival.
Country festival, mainly country.
Mainly country, and it's in the exact same spot as Coachella.
Yeah. I knew this, but I didn't know they like kept the Rainbow Tower and stuff like that. I thought it was just they just like use the same area. They just leave everything up.
Yeah, it's
still very much Coachella. You can even see the other stages not being used.
But
like
did Post Malone go there as well?
Was he on the lineup for Stagecoach?
Yeah.
Then yeah, he just.
No, wait, no. I'm asking like, is he like I don't know. I didn't know this existed till one of an influencer that I watch goes.
Stagecoach this year had
Luke Combs,
Lana Del Rey, Zach Bryan.
Which confused me because she ain't country.
Yeah, she did country versions of her song. I heard possibly the worst song of my life watching the Lana Del Rey clips on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, but it's also kind of catchy, so like maybe it's not. Have you heard 57.5?
No, I don't like country music.
Okay, Lana Del Rey debuted a new song at Stagecoach called 57.5.
T-Pain was at this.
In it, she talks about how she kissed Morgan Wallen. But the chorus is so bad, but also kind of funny because she's got like a country twang to her voice, and she just sings, "I've got 57.5 million listeners on Spotify."
Also, the big three was Zach Bryan, Jelly Roll, and Luke Combs.
Also, the Backstreet Boys were there.
So wait, is the song out on Spotify? Can I play it to the people?
No, it's not out yet. I'll get you a clip though.
Yeah, get me a link real quick.
Yeah. I'll get you 57.5, and we can live rate the upcoming song.
And while he does that, I'm gonna change how I'm sitting because I'm uncomfy.
This sounds kind of bad. Oh no, here we go.
Well, you said the song was bad.
Okay, skip to like 35 seconds.
35 seconds. Hold chatters.
The chorus.
Link is loading. Loading video. 35 seconds. Oh, exactly clicked on 35 seconds. All right, ready?
Flow into the chorus. Yeah, so there's one more line there.
Oh, sorry. I'll keep playing. Oh, fuck. I pressed shit.
If not, I can just say the line.
No. What's the
Yeah,
line?
so that line there is, I ain't got a man, but maybe one of them is a fan of mine in that
Ah.
57.5 million listeners on Spotify.
I'm gonna click on her Spotify right now. She actually has 62. Not 57.5. So
The thing I'm confused on, a couple of fronts. One, um, why is there a song about how many listeners she has on Spotify? Two, she's trying to date a fan, saying she doesn't have a man, but maybe one of them's a fan in
but
that
she did but
57.5.
she
And
but she
three,
dated
she's
more.
married, isn't she?
Oh, she
Didn't she get
might
married to
be.
that alligator tour guide guy famously? Did they get divorced?
I got not a single clue about any
Um,
of that.
yeah, no.
But
Yeah, no, it seems like she's still very much married.
maybe that's because she kissed. Why did she kiss Morgan Wallace?
Uh,
Wallace?
Wallen. So yeah, in this
Walden?
performance, she goes into a bridge towards the end, and she says that it's the last time she's ever gonna sing these lyrics, and the lyrics are, "I kissed Morgan Wallen. I guess kissing me kind of went to his head. If you want my secret to success, I suggest don't go ATVing with him when you're out west."
What?
I
What
don't
happened
know.
to Lana
It's
Del
so like
Rey?
this song is so confusing, and it's like so bad, but also it's like stuck in my head. I just walking around and I'm like, I've got 57.5 million listeners on Spotify. It's it's trapped in my head.
And you know what's
Um,
also really bad?
what's really bad?
Katy Perry's tour.
Oh my god, yeah.
If you
Oh
guys
my
don't know,
god, yeah.
Katy Perry has been a little controversial recently because she went to space and
Mm-hmm.
for a total of 11 minutes and then went
Mm-hmm.
back.
Well, she allegedly
And
went to space. There's some me and some guys on TikTok. We have some theories, but
you know them personally? Your
yeah, me and
besties?
yeah, we've got like a little bit of a group chat going on, and we're kind of like we're crunching the numbers, we're figuring it out, but allegedly went to space. Let's just say that.
But she also, while in space, released her track list that no one could read, and she has now started that tour where people like to say that she is kind of just copying every other tour ever.
Oh.
Well, she has a segment where so her whole tour is a video game. She is the main
Mm-hmm.
character and she's fighting levels and they have to like
Oh, that's why she has the
go.
lightsaber and she's like
Yeah, she's
fighting.
fighting a boss
Mm,
or she's
mm,
flying. But she has like your choose your own adventure area where the audience uses their phones on a QR code and picks a song, which people like to compare that to Taylor Swift surprise songs or Sabrina Carpenter spinning the bottle. Um, and then she also has a segment where she is in a harness and flying around the crowd, which people like to compare that to Pink, who is known for doing flips above the crowd.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
She also has a bit where she's flying a butterfly, which people like to compare that to Olivia Rodrigo on her moon, flying above the crowd.
mm-hmm.
And that's all I can think of at the top of my head. But people are not enjoying this tour so far.
Well, I saw a theory about this tour because in certain segments of it, there's like there's some space inspired theming that's in it, right? Like there's I think there's like a bit with like a rocket or something maybe, and there's like a moon, and there's like spacey bits in this tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I saw someone make a theory of, and she does the thing where she like floats over the crowd, like you said, and there's obviously like the lightsaber thing. I saw a theory that she was gonna make this whole tour very space themed, especially with the rollout of her like announcing the set list and stuff like that while in space, right? But then she came down from space and everyone made fun of the space thing and hated her. So people, or at least this person on TikTok, started a theory that last minute they scrapped most of the space stuff and now this is just a hodgepodge concoction of whatever they could think of last second.
Yeah, and she also uses AI in the
Oh yeah,
performance.
in the background videos.
She uses AI to show videos of a very happy crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also just clips of her performing, and she just looks so miserable
Yeah,
and so, like, does not want to be there.
there's people who are saying it's because of the hate she's getting, but if you look at her first show, she looked like that. So I don't think it has to do with the hate of like her tour. You know what I mean? It
And
feels like she didn't want to be on tour.
yeah, and the dancing is also quite questionable.
It's bad. If you haven't seen it, please look it up. It's bad. It's bad.
I can't even really describe it. But
Yeah, it's just bad.
yeah. And like Katy Perry got some bops, like, back in the day.
Yeah, everyone's saying like it's crazy seeing like people nowadays and like kids nowadays won't understand how much she ran the 2010s cuz like this is her now.
If
Her
anything, I
album
think Benny Blanco actually ran the 2010s.
we don't need to talk about the Wizard of Oz, the man behind the curtain, okay? The front man was Katy Perry, the front woman, I suppose.
She's the one singing it, but
And yeah, it's just crazy because like her latest album completely flopped. She did the space thing. Everyone hates her for it. Now her tour kind of sucking. Um, she doesn't really have much going for her.
she's dating Orlando Bloom and has a child.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone forgets that she's dating Orlando Bloom. I only remember it because in the Billie Eilish documentary at Coachella, Billie does not remember who Orlando Bloom is as they meet her with Katy Perry, and then she finds out after that it's the person from Captain America, not Captain America,
Nope.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
You thought,
I don't
you
know
thought of
how
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
and you said
exactly.
Captain. And it just like rolled off the tongue.
Exactly. And those are my topics that I thought of off the top of my head. So,
I speaking about
road
Captain America. Actually,
topics.
we'll go into this. Speaking about Captain America, have you heard about the support strike
Huh?
in Marvel Rivals? The support strike.
Is that because they're all naked?
No, that has nothing to
Oh.
do with them being naked. I think the players love that. Basically, there's this streamer. I don't think he was a pro player. I think he's just a streamer. His name's Necros. And he was like a top Marvel Rivals guy. He plays DPS, so he like swings around as Spider-Man and stuff like that, right? And he made some comments and made some videos and such, basically saying, because recently Marvel Rivals updated their ranking system thing to be more performance based, I think. And some people with that were getting mad that like they were earning less ranked points, even though they had like more kills or more damage and like their support, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So then supports were like, well, we're being a support, we're supporting, this is like the hardest role, blah, blah, blah. And then Necros went off on them and called support players idiots and morons and said that he hates
Oh.
all support players and that support players are all the worst players in the game and that they're no skill and all supports suck. So then because of this went super, super viral. And support players are going on strike to show how much supports are needed and to try to not get shit on. So they're all playing like tanks and DPSs now to try to quote unquote get skilled and not playing supports. And then the people who weren't playing support obviously still don't want to play support. So there's a lot of games where no one's playing support and the game just sucks now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So what do you think? Do you think all supports suck and are idiots?
As someone who doesn't like playing support due to gender norms, being girls only play support, I don't think they suck. However, I do think actually it's not a however. It's very annoying when you're in a game and then no one picks a support and then the person's like, can someone play support? It's like, if you want to play support if you need a support. Like, you know?
It just shows how like needed supports are. And so it's crazy that people who won't play support are complaining about the supports. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you're not gonna do it yourself, then like don't talk.
Yeah, and that's maybe why I liked playing, I guess, Sage as a support. I never played Sage in Valorant, because you don't need a support. It's not necessary.
Yeah. In games like League or games hero shooters like Overwatch or Marvel
Yeah,
Rivals.
I was thinking of
If you
Overwatch and how toxic that was, of just people being like, sport.
if you don't have supports, then and the other team does, like you just lose no matter what because their team will just, especially in Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is crazy because people will just be fucking bullet sponges and not die with supports. So if you don't have that, you're just gonna get shredded. So it's
Yeah,
crazy he like went after supports.
I have not played Marvel Rivals in a damn minute. In a hot damn minute.
I last launched it April 6th, but I don't think. Oh no, I didn't play. I just watched.
You opened it
You can, yeah.
and
So
you
they have.
watched?
So basically, I was trying to watch esports, but they cut the broadcast, or no, they were showing console esports, which is like way smaller and doesn't have orgs or anything, over the PC for some reason because they're weird. On the stream, and they only had one stream going. So then, in order to watch the other games going on, you could watch in game, and it was basically like you know how games have like a replay system where you can like watch
Mm.
replays of games. It was that, but the replay was live. So like you were like maybe like a minute or two behind what the actual game was, but you're like watching it, and then there's a chat, and I don't think you can close the chat, and it really annoyed me because everyone was just spamming random shit in the chat.
I last played Marvel Rivals on February 1st. I played a total
Damn.
of 20 hours.
It's been a minute. I've played 9.6 hours.
Wow. I do not remember playing 20 hours of this game. Oh, Jedi
Now-
Survivor has an update. Oh my god. Is it gonna... This patch focused primarily on performance and quality of life improvements for the PC version of this game. Yippee.
Is it playable?
I mean, it's like I have 10 hours in this game. I got far in this game, and then I got to a part and I just kept crashing for some reason. And I don't know why. But
So hopefully it'll be fine. Stay tuned for the May 4th stream, guys.
that,
Put it in your
or I'll play
calendars.
Fortnite.
Speaking
So
of
I
Fortnite.
feel like John is praying that it does not work.
No, I'm down for anything. Speaking of Fortnite though, you know what's in Fortnite? Skins. And
I was to say
know what?
Minecraft, but say Star
They-
Wars.
They
Wrong
probably
niche.
have a gorilla skin. That's right. Perfect transition. Have you heard the argument plaguing the nation?
I think that 100 Pokemon would win against a billion lions.
That's not even what the original argument was.
Yes,
And so I feel
but
even
do
more
do
buffed
you
because
do
there's
you
one of
want to
every
say
Pokemon versus
do you
the
want to
Lions, and I think the
say
Lions would win.
exactly what the tweet is?
No, I'm saying the like Pokemon argument.
I know that, but are you gonna say the original tweet of this gorilla?
I don't. You're trying to get at something. I don't know what the original tweet was. I only know
You
the
don't know the
argument.
original tweet?
So like I can't. No.
Oh.
So I can't. Like I don't get the joke. I apologize.
The
But-
original tweet used the N word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, good. And then I have to like get a
Um.
new co-host.
Would you still see the episode out like when I was a stalker, or would you just end that?
No.
Okay.
But
But yeah, there's an argument that got brought up on Twitter, and it's all over Twitter. I've seen a bit of it on TikTok. It's on streams even on Twitch. FaZe Adapt just did his draft for the 100 people who would fight the gorillas. Yeah. So basically,
Did you
it is
know
100 people versus a gorilla. Who do you think would win?
that Mr. Beast quote tweeted it and got canceled for it because
Did he?
it had the N word in it and he quote tweeted it.
That's crazy.
But he
Not-
was saying next video idea.
Oh yeah, I saw he posted a fake thumbnail and title and stuff and said, "Need 100
That was
men to test
that
this."
was the new one after he got canceled. Yes.
Getting canceled for quote tweeting, that is crazy.
Well, Mr. Beast gets canceled for anything that he does.
True.
I don't really like Mr. Beast slowly.
Yeah.
But
he's all right. But yeah, do you think a gorilla would win or 100 people?
What's the terrain like?
Would that come into your argument? Like, do you think a gorilla would win in certain terrain versus others?
Yeah.
I'd probably say the people would have to be in like the gorilla's home, because I feel like you're not just gonna like.
Because if it's like and also how big is like, are we talking like King Kong kind of vibe? Like how tall is this guy?
Not King Kong, but like a full-size silverback gorilla.
I had a gorilla as a friend growing up.
Do you think
your
gorilla
died
friend
recently?
Do you think your gorilla friend?
He's dead. Why would you bring him into?
But do you think he could have killed 100 humans?
No, he had many kids. He was a whore.
I think the gorilla would win. And I found out I'm in the minority.
Really? Somewhat. I don't
or
think 100 people.
Within my circle, I'm in the minority.
I think that the gorilla would win. And if not, the 100 people will slowly kill each other.
Deep and philosophical.
I like it. I feel like the person wants to be the hero. Someone will backstab, or maybe they'll ricochet a shot, or
the thing that I've seen a lot of memes about, which helps my argument for the gorillas, that I think a lot of people arguing on behalf of humans don't think about, is everyone can acknowledge that the gorilla can kill people, right? So if you're arguing that the humans take it down, it's not going to be like a flawless fight, right? The second that gorilla kills like the first 3 people and like rips them to shreds and beats the fuck out of them and murders them, I feel like 75%. Yeah, I feel like 75% of the people immediately like cowering in fear, no longer effective, can do anything. Probably more than 75.
Do they have weapons, or is this fist to fist?
It's got to be like unarmed.
Because if they have weapons, they could just tranquilize them.
Yeah, obviously, like one person beats a gorilla if they have like. I mean, we saw what happened with Harambe. Okay, the person won.
But
rest in peace.
Is
so
the gorilla
this is like hand to hand.
Automatically angry? Like
you bring up a good point. I mean, I think
a gorilla won't attack. I feel like without a motive. I feel like if I fell into a gorilla cage, I would be chilling.
Yeah. But I think if 100 people started like heading at this gorilla, they were like running, I think he would be quick. Gorillas are smart. People don't understand that. I think the gorilla would figure out what's going on very quickly and be able to defend itself immediately. Like if it was like a one person fall in situation, like you said, like yeah, the gorilla isn't immediately like killing one person the second they see them, but it'll know the vibes on the people rushing to attack it. And I think a gorilla could probably like one shot punch kill, if not knock out and then kill later, most people. So I think the only scenario where the people win, I was talking to Nat about this. The only scenario I see people winning is if it's like we can choose 100 people and we choose like the 100 like strongest super soldiers we have, and they go in with the directive to
being in a city would be better for them. More cover.
Yeah.
In an environment they're well known in.
But if it was just like 100 random people versus a gorilla in the wild, the gorilla tears.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna get all the fucking lazy ass people.
But
we're gonna get a grandma.
I found out Meerkat does not agree. He thinks 100 people clear it easily, and I think Whale was also saying that. That's what I was.
I feel like you would need to be very organized, and I feel like with that amount of people you won't be able to be very organized, because I feel like you get like 10 people to hold its like hands and like have a focus spot, hold it down,
Even like,
then get one guy to beat the shit out of it.
because
Real
like I
bully vibes.
even trying to like think of that, trying to get to the gorilla to hold its arms, like it's gonna be swinging, bro. It's gonna be running around swinging. Those guys can fucking move, right? It's not just gonna be sitting there and you can grab
And
its
like
arms.
if it
So I
like,
think it just starts dropping people as they're
but
trying
then
to
I'm
grab its
like, if
arms.
they have like a fuck, what's it called? If you have a net, but they're not allowed a net, it'd be easier. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
if humans could use the tool, that's why humans, that's why we're the big dogs, we're the apex predators, is because of our intelligence and the fact that we created these tools to get us ahead. Just raw like us versus them, it's not happening. And then apparently people started saying 100 humans versus a rhino. That shit's gonna look like a bowling alley, bro.
Why are we versing animals?
100 people are not stopping a rhino. Yeah, I don't know why we're versing animals,
Why
but
not peace to all?
everyone wants to fight animals. Listen, I've seen Planet of the Apes, and the people had guns in that. Those gorillas fucked up a lot of people. So I think
I've just looked. Okay, I haven't had Discord open. I just looked, and John has sent me 2 gifs of gorillas fighting.
The first one was just to give you the size of a gorilla, and then the second one was them fighting, so you can kind of see like, look, that guy's like hopping around, like they're mobile.
The first one, I feel like the guy's kind of throwing it back. Like, why he arch his back that much?
I'm like Loki.
Like, what? It's kind of uncomfortable.
The
but
gorilla shaking ass makes you uncomfortable.
It doesn't make you uncomfortable?
Next question.
You said you were watching You.
I was watching You. I am halfway through the finale right now.
And I used to watch You, but it was going on for a little too long.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm scared about. This is the first. I was trying to think of it. Maybe there's others that I think I finished All My Block. Maybe All My Block is actually the first one. Now that I think
you finished it. I didn't.
I was gonna say You is the first Netflix show. All My Block was kind of like a forced finish though. I knew it fell off. You was the first one that I was still like kind of on board with, but felt like it was going on for too long, and finally they ended it off. So I was scared that they wouldn't do it right. And so far, the first half of the last season is kind of eh. Some of the writing, I don't listen. Is one of my topics. I don't know if it's bad writing or if I just don't like shows that are modern, and that's gonna become like a common issue. But some of the shit that they say, like I sent you, they use It's Giving. A mom is someone's like, oh, like where's your daughter or whatever, and a mom goes, she's resting, she's probably just playing Fortnite. There's a whole bit where Joe trends, and so it's hashtag Joe Goldberg, and people are making TikToks about it. And then when it's showing one of the TikToks, nah, not thirst traps, it's like conspiracy TikToks. And then when one of the TikToks is playing, it says in like really big text in the middle, Stitch incoming, and then the Stitch TikTok plays.
Yeah.
And there's at one point a girl who, it's actually the one in the Edgar Allan Poe screenshot that I showed you. So if you look at her, she looks like she's like in her 30s, maybe late 20s. But she was using It's Giving. She said something about e-boys. She was talking all sorts of shit. And then also when I watch You, I was trying to think like why I started watching it, and I think I just started watching it because it was popular and I like fell into the hype. But I'm watching it and it's like this guy and he's like killing people, and I'm like locked into, is he gonna get away with it? Like what crazy shit's about to happen? What like twists and turns are gonna happen?
If we're confused, we're talking about You, the Netflix series about Joe Goldberg, who is
right now
a stalker who stalks women and then captures them and then kills them. At least that was the plot for the first few seasons.
He like he like gets like attached to attached
He
to women
gets a little.
by like stalking them, but then he gets in a relationship with them, and then he's kind of like he's really
Wants to
protective, but
claim
also like a
them.
murderer. So it's like someone would like if anyone inconveniences his girl, he just fucking murders them, right? But he's like getting away with it through crazy shit.
Now, I used to like the show because I find like the bad guys' thought process interesting in shows, like why their motives, and this was all like the whole focus was like, oh, you're
on the evil
watching
guy.
you're watching the evil guy, so you're rooting for the evil guy. But if you were on their point of view, you would hate this guy.
Side note, big red flag, by the way. This guy at work who I talk to about like shows and stuff.
Does everything go with you?
He's watched you as well, and he says nonstop on repeat. That's my boy Joe. Joe could do no wrong. That's my boy Joe. Joe Goldberg can do no wrong. And the whole show is you watching him be like a stalker and abusive and a murderer. So him saying he can do no wrong, it's like kind of a red flag.
Do you know his sexuality by any chance?
Yeah,
Are you safe?
He is straight. He is straight. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not being stalked.
Are the women safe?
Hopefully. He
All
did
right,
recently.
So we'll see John in a documentary in a few years.
He did recently say to a gay girl who works there that she's his lesbian lover, and she feels very uncomfortable with that. So that happened. Anyways, back to the show.
Men.
Yeah, that's big theme this season, by the way. I'm watching this shit. I think we should just trust no men, me included. I think I'm like, those like, anytime there's like it'll be like a werewolf in a show or something, and they chain themselves, they like chain themselves to a tree, and they'll be like, get back, you can't trust me. And it's like they're not evil at heart. I don't think I'm a bad guy, but I keep watching men do bad things, and I feel like, is it just like inevitable? Does it like come out of me, or are all these men just like built like that?
All men are the same.
Minor spoiler warning for the new season of You. Skip ahead a few minutes if you don't want to hear. There's like a whole side plot where basically Joe ends up killing someone, and then it gets filmed on TikTok Live, right?
Oh, and, it had to be TikTok Live though.
Yeah, it's on TikTok Live, and so it's like, oh shit, he just killed this guy, right? But then the argument was made that it was self-defense because the guy technically like started the fight first, right? So then Joe went kind of viral, and he did this like viral campaign to try to clean up his image, talking about how when he was a kid he was like abused, blah blah blah. And that
is he still in Paris?
No, he's back in New York now. He was actually never in Paris. Well, he was kind of in Paris. It's a whole thing. But
that bitch didn't die.
But yeah, he ends up going viral, and then people start joining his side. But then the people that join his side are a bunch of toxic men who are like, yeah, that bitch catfished him. All women suck. I freaking hate women. And then, so then he gets a bunch of like incel guys to like rally behind him. And those are the ones supporting him. So then those guys are like, they get really stalkery and attached. And then one of them stalks and tries to kill the woman who catfished Joe. And then yeah, he gets captured, and then while he's captured, he just keeps saying like, fine, next time I'll only do it to bitches that deserve it. Fuck women. And it's crazy. Because already the main character, you're watching a guy like stalk women. He's horrible, right? Mm-hmm. But then somehow they find a way to introduce more men that suck, and the only men in the series all suck. And so it's crazy.
Now I am watching The Rookie, and the first time I ever got like modernized show was when I was watching Ginny and Georgia, which is a shitty show in general, but they were making TikToks. And that was weird. But The Rookie, like, it's a decent show. It's a TikTok clips show where you get all the clips on TikTok. I just got annoyed with trying to find all the clips.
Oh my god, bro! I keep getting clips of movies, but then the accounts only post like 2 of the clips from the movies. Then I don't know what happens in the movie, but I don't want to go watch the movie because it doesn't look good. But I want to know what happens.
Yeah, I watched an old kidnap movie about a girl.
Oh, I think I saw that one.
Is it the one with she's like
in the car?
They're all in a car. No, the guy who kidnapped her had like sheets on the window and a bunch of animal cages inside. Well, no, now I keep getting TikTok clips about the American Family, I think it's what it's called. It's about a girl who was she is a 12-year-old, but her parents like had to reassign that she was actually pretending to be 12 and she's actually 22. But she isn't, so she was living alone, and it was like, yeah, Good American Family. It's a real story too.
Interesting.
It's a real story, but the one that the actual show isn't doing justice to the actual person, apparently. Anywho,
like most.
I was watching The Rookie, and like they're just like talking, and then like, Lucy Chen, one of the officers, like, it shows her phone and actually shows a TikTok dance that she's doing, and it's just like, I didn't add anything to the whole, like, it was not necessary. Luckily, the slang is not, well, only when Pete Davidson shows up, the slang is kind of, like, more modernized. Pete Davidson plays a character called Pete.
Okay.
It's not him. He's brothers with the main character.
Okay, different Pete.
Half brothers, sorry. But I don't like when they bring in stuff like that modern. We say. But maybe that's just because we're cringy and that's how they feel.
It just feels forced, especially knowing that like most of the people who are making it, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, maybe the people making it are our age and that's fine, but most of the people making it in my mind are like 40 years old trying to appeal to the youth. So like, oh, what can be, and they never do it like right or tastefully. Like I said, with like the Stitch incoming, they just like, they put it really big in like a big box in the middle of the video that's playing. And it's like, you could just tell that they like kind of know what's going on with kids nowadays or like modern stuff, but not quite. And they never perfectly hit it.
Yeah.
But what I was saying before, the reason I watched the show is like, yeah, you're in the head of like the bad guy and trying to figure out like what's going on in the drama of that. I don't watch the show for
you're taking tips on how to stalk somebody.
No. I don't watch the show for like the like romance aspect of it. I kind of like
that's like the whole plot though.
But the plot is like him being in love, yes, but I don't care about like this season. What I'm trying to get at is like this season feels like extra smutty, and in it there's the girl who says e-boy and stuff, she loves smut and she writes smut, and there's these really cringy lines where Joe's reading her smut and he's supposed to like help her because he's like a book guy or whatever, and it was like an early writing of hers, and she's like gets covered in a wave of cum, and they're like reading that and just saying it, and it felt really, it just feels icky and weird, and I don't like it. It wasn't done well. And then like there's a part where Joe is like reading, he's like writing sexual stories about this girl and like beating off to them. It's really weird. So I think they leaned way too much into that aspect of it, and I didn't care for that.
I'm happy my show now is just drugs and gunshots.
You've been having a big drug theme.
No comment. Listen, I'm out of school, man. I need to make I don't have a job right now.
You gotta find something to keep you busy.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't really been in like a TikTok mood, but I also haven't been in a YouTube mood. And I share my YouTube with Nick, my boyfriend, if no one knows. And he did not realize how little I use YouTube because it is now just his YouTube with the amount of Germa that there is.
So when you go, like, your recommended is just his.
Which is fine because I use the subscription box. I
Mm-hmm.
don't ever really look at my recommended, so it doesn't bug me. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been in like a show mood recently.
I'm
What
kind of
mood
the
have
same
you been?
way, but here's the problem. I'm in the same way where, like, I'm going on YouTube and, like, I can't find anything to watch, and I'll go on Twitch and then, like, no one's live on Twitch at the time that I go on,
You
and I
don't
try
go
to
on
figure out
when
what
I go on.
I try to figure out what I was chatting. What do you mean? I try to, like, figure out what to watch, and it
You
comes
have
down
to
to
be working when I'm streaming.
it comes down to watching shows, and I have a lot of shows to watch, and for some reason I, like, just can't press start on any of them. There's, like, this
I'm
guy, the guy at work, like I was talking about, right? You know me, and you know, um, when people, like, keep telling me to watch something, usually I don't. Like, Breaking Bad is probably the biggest example. It's like
drugs.
everyone's drugs. Next week,
Yeah,
Mackenzie's gonna
watch
talk about
it.
how she started Breaking Bad. Um, but yeah, if people, like, just keep telling me to, like, watch something over and over and over again for some reason, like, I don't know, I just, like, can't get into it. I don't know what it is. It's weird. Um, he only watches shows. If he's not at work, he is at home. 50% chance he's high watching shows. And so
That's
he has
important.
watched, like, every show under the sun that's come out at all, anywhere, anytime. And so then every day that I show up to work and he's also there, he tells me to watch a new show. And then when I see him again, he's like, "You watched that show yet?" No, I got other shit I'm doing, bro. I don't know what you want from me. So there's, like, a
So what was the
back
last
catalog.
show?
Dude, I like stopped writing them down. He told me to watch Paradise on Hulu. He told me to watch Cassandra on Netflix, which is a German show.
What?
He told me to watch Cross, which I think is on Prime Video, but it's telling me to watch it on Freevee, whatever the fuck Freevee is. Um, there's probably a bunch of other shows that he told me that I just, like, I don't even write them down anymore because it's like I'm not gonna get to them, bro. I'm sorry. But I want a show to hook me again, and I'm hoping after I finish you now that I'll be able to press on the next thing, or I'll pick up reading, and I'll just get, like, super into reading.
I
So I do
really
want to
want
do
to
anyways.
watch more um movies because I've
Mm-hmm.
been logging I've been doing my letterbox recently, and I watched 4 movies this month. But like,
Mm.
I do want to
Why
watch
did I
like
sound like Yoda there?
Concave. Hmm.
Mm.
But I like learned about that. I learned like I have a lot of the new movies on Amazon Prime, which I just did not really like
Oh yeah, during
realize how
during movie
like
night, you were just, like, listing off all of these really up to date movies,
yeah, I was like,
and none of them
damn.
are on American Prime Video. I'll tell you that.
Like I can watch Concave right now. I can watch The Handmaid's Tale. That's all I would do. Here, wait, let me click movies. Can I also make it Prime only? No, I cannot. I can watch Concave, Oppenheimer, The Accountant, Challengers, Lord of the Rings, The Perks of being a Wallflower, Saltburn, The Idea of You, Inception, Fall Guy, Past Life Twisters, Knives Out, Nora, Matrix. Anyways, Wild Robot. There's a lot of movies, and it
Mm-hmm.
made me like be like, I should watch more movies that I heard that are good. But
Holy
TV shows
ice.
are just longer. But
It's
they're
it's
nicer.
it's funny because sometimes I can sit, like, I've watched every episode of You today so far, so that's about, like, 8
Is
point
it
something
2 parts?
hours. No, they drop. It's weird. They dropped this completely raw whole season, dropped at once, but they're coming out with Wednesday soon ish, I think, and they're doing part 1 and part 2 for Wednesday. So I don't
Yeah.
know who makes the call on that.
So you finish
But
you.
I can. I'm, like, halfway through the last episode right now.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I can watch, like, 10 episodes of a show just in one sitting, but sometimes when I look at a movie, I'm like, it's kind of long. I don't know if I want to watch that right now. But then I'll sit and I'll watch
Yeah.
longer lengths in TV show episodes because it just feels like it
Yeah, 'cause
absorbs
it's
the
like
time more.
it's also just so fast paced that like
Mm-hmm.
my attention span is a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But I get
Um,
you. What are we rating you so far?
out of 5, because we're going Letterboxd. Thank you, Letterboxd, for allowing us to log shows, just like you said you would. For everyone who went, I got an update. You still can't. Out of 5, I'd give it like a 3 out of 5. It's like all right. The first half was like kind of slow, and then in the second half so far, I'd say starting at episode 6, 6 to 9 is phenomenal, and then it should have ended at 9. And I'm watching 10 right now, and I just keep going kind of in a beautiful way, just like the show. It should have ended with the one before. Why are we still going? So
Money.
I'll see if the second half of episode 10 recovers it, but it kind of feels like there was 2 fights in the writers' room with how the show should end, and episode 9 is one of the arguments of how the show should have ended, and then at the last second it gets uprooted, and then now we're getting the other side of the writers' room and how they thought it should have ended. Um
So, what season would you want it to end with? Because I think the season I stopped watching it, which is when Love and Joe finale, I think that was a good ending.
I think it should have ended there. I think it should have ended there. I think the next season was fine. I think it was good, but 3 is just the perfect ending to me. Um,
Season 3?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah, when was that? Is that
That's the one you
I
watched.
just
Yeah,
mentioned? Oh, yeah. Me too. I said that.
yeah. Also, yes, movie night happened. Watched Wicked. Caught me off guard. I'm not gonna
Whoa.
lie.
Why?
Caught me off guard with how much I liked it. I I went into
And
it.
I stand down
I
with
went
the
into it low
wizard.
key, like
Overhyped.
not trolling, but like kind of trolling, and just like there to have like a good time and watch it. And I figured I would like it and it'd be decent, but I wasn't expecting to love it. And then by the end, I don't think I said this during movie night, but by the end, when she's doing defying gravity and like
We were
she's
silent.
she's got to escape, I'm like low key, I'm tearing up, and I'm sitting there, and
Aw.
I'm like, damn, bro, she's like misunderstood.
And you were bitching on her.
like damn, bro, she's really the only good one there, and like all these people suck, and she's like sacrificing herself and her image to like try to give everyone like a better shot at life. Like damn, bro. And then Ari really like switched up on her, bro, cuz like started the movie she's like dancing and partying on her grave, bro. She's like happy with that shit. But it's like, damn. And everyone's like, ha ha, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead. But it's like, damn, bro.
Bro, I was trying to sleep last night. All I could have, I'm like, I'm quiet in my room. Lights are all off. All in my head.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I hear is, sorry, there's running in my house. Good news, she's dead. Over and over in my head, and I was like, please.
Yeah, the music's great. I think though, if I could make one change with the movie, I
Lighting.
think, this is kind of on top. I mean, other than the lighting, like story wise and people wise, I think in a roundabout way of us talking about men, I think I erased the man. the
Fiero? Fiero?
I'm so bad with names. The one who I said it looks like Flynn.
Fiero.
Yeah, I think I just get rid of
Yes.
him.
He's important to the story.
He's important. He's important to the story, but
No. Act 2, you're gonna go crazy.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
I just like didn't really care for his library song, and his vocals were giving.
Let's go down to the Oz dust. Sorry.
His vocals were fine, but they were
he's standing in a room with Ariana Grande.
They were kind of giving EJ from High School Musical the musical the
Cynthia.
series.
That
where it's like everyone around him is hitting these like crazy vocal ranges and they're like all sick and stuff like that, and then this is just like he's all right. He's good at singing. He's better than me at singing, but I don't know. But great movie. I'm excited for part 2 now.
Act 2, song wise, not as hype, but
Okay.
story-wise, I feel like is kind of fun. Like Act 1 is the stronger half,
Mm-hmm.
especially with ending with Defying Gravity, but Act 2, it kind of like, cuz
Does
it's a whole prequel.
yes,
Does
spoiler warning for people who haven't seen 1930s The Wizard of Oz. Does it end with her dying then? Does it like full circle it like it end when Wizard of Oz like starts?
Well, how did this movie start?
There's like a tornado and she's like, "We're
No.
not in Kansas."
Wicked start.
It starts with their dead, yeah. So I'm saying
Yeah.
is it like it's gonna end with that? It's gonna be like a full circle moment? Because it's like, oh my god, wait, it was like that. Wait, sorry, I'm click clacking away. I'm getting a picture for you. So guys, if you haven't ever played Halo Reach,
What?
if you've never played Halo Reach, okay, um, the intro to Wicked is exactly like Halo Reach, where it was like the intro to Wicked was like it showed the witch's hat, right, and she was dead, and then we kind of get the backstory on like how we reached there, right, and like all of the hardships she faced and stuff. Halo Reach's intro is your like your character's helmet on the ground with like a crack in it, and then you learn a story, and then it ends with how the helmet got there. Wicked is
Uh-huh.
Halo Reach. Thank you for listening.
What a connection.
um,
I was going on Twitter because my sister
mhm.
just said that the election prediction is in, and all I see is rigged as the number one
Oh,
trending thing.
that's not a good sign. Or maybe it is a good sign because it's Twitter. I don't know.
Liberals win.
Speaking about, oh, it's like official.
I don't know. I'm doing
Um,
a podcast.
speaking about movies though and singing, so watching something like this, if you watched it alone by yourself, would you sing along? Wicked.
My mom was watching it on Easter, and I was singing along while I was helping cooking.
Okay, okay.
I sing it
Now,
in the car.
if you
I
went
love The
to,
Wizard and I. If I went to the
if
movie theater, I'm not singing it.
you're not singing it in the movie
Even
theater. Now,
if I
what
bought the
if?
sing along tickets,
Now,
I
what
ain't singing
were
it.
there sing along tickets?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that because I was gonna say I don't know if you saw this. Warner Bros. Is trying to do some damage control, right? So if you don't know, the Minecraft movie, it exists, it's blown up, mega viral, right? And everyone loves screaming chicken jockey and saying some of the funny lines from the movies, right? But it kind of impedes on anyone who's seriously trying to enjoy the movie's experience, you know? So Warner Bros. Announced Block Party Edition screenings of Minecraft, where you are encouraged to sing, meme, and talk along with the film. So they're now advertising that you should go to this screening, sing along to the songs, say all of the lines you want to say all the memes you want to say, have a good time, do whatever, and try to make more money off that. How do you feel about that?
I think that the Minecraft movie is destroying the. I don't know. I think that the etiquette of movie theaters has changed drastically, and I'm not a fan of it. People like to say it happened when Taylor Swift Eras Tour came into theaters
Oh.
because the fans were jumping and singing around. But to be fair, that is a concert film. But,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, I feel like that's different.
still, I feel like it is different, but, like,
That's
in a
like
movie theater, kind of,
That's like
like, you know?
I saw like this would be like kind of haha funny to see, but also kind of annoying. I saw a video of a screening of Revenge of the Sith where two of the people brought lightsabers and went up and stood right at the screen and
I saw that.
recreated the lightsaber fight
Yeah.
while it
I
was
saw.
happening on screen.
So that was one thing I was scared about going with Avengers. I did not want my theater to be singing along. Like, if I'm gonna watch the movie, I want to see how. Like, I want to see the movie. I don't want to
You
hear
want
your
it to be
dumbass
like it's like the
voices.
first like if
Yeah,
it was in theaters the first time, like this is how you're
exactly.
experiencing it.
And technically, when Revenge of the Sith came out, everyone knew the plot already because they released a book and a game days before it came out, so they knew what was gonna happen, scene for scene. Because the movie, the video game Revenge of the Sith was scene for scene of the movie.
That's crazy.
But I saw it like while the credits were rolling. I feel like that's a vibe. But
yeah, if the movie's like over now
going.
and like if someone wants to leave, they can just leave now. There's nothing else going on. I think
Like,
that's fine. You can do whatever, but doing it while it's happening on screen and you're waving your lightsaber in the front of the theater right
and
at the
that's
screen.
bright.
Yeah.
I
don't fuck with that.
I remember watching. The only time I've had like a real issue with someone like talking in the movie is when I watched Five Nights at Freddy's. These like fucking teenagers kept yapping the whole time, and I think Jade might have said something, or we were thinking about saying something, because it's just annoying. Like, I'm spending money to go watch this. Shut the fuck up. But I can't wait till like Natalie listens to the podcast and like parks her car real quick and then be like, "You bitch mentioning Taylor Swift," and
you're still thinking about the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be really funny if you timed it where she was driving and then that gap between then she just parked and she's typing it as you said it.
And then she like doesn't.
Yeah, she just deletes it. She just says she just types like "fuck you."
But no, the Minecraft movie, I feel like, is only successful due to the memes, and the memes weren't even. It's just bad.
I think it's only as successful because of the memes, but I have a direct link to what the intended audience for the Minecraft movie was. Because one of my coworkers is a middle-aged man and he has a son, and I am part of his connection between him and his son because he knows that I am a video gamer and his son loves Minecraft, so he plays Minecraft with his son. So anytime he has a question about Minecraft, he asks me, which is kind of sweet. And he loves like leaning into everything like Minecraft and just wants his kid to have a good time, right? He even has like a Minecraft backpack or something because of him. And he went and saw the movie with his kid, and he's asked me like twice now, like, "Have you seen the Minecraft movie yet?" And I asked how he felt about it, and yeah, he said like his son loved it. It's fun. It's Minecraft. Like,
no, it's not.
It was just a great time.
They have elytras. They give the guy elytras, right? And the fucking elytra, he's only had one ender pearl the entire time. So how did he get to the end to get the elytras? That's
yeah,
what
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know.
That's what I thought.
It's not
just
sure.
so bad.
But for kids, the kid loved it, and that's all that matters.
No. The kid is there. It's sexist as well. The two girls go and build a mushroom house while the guys are mining.
I got nothing on that one.
Like, I hate it.
Now, you know what you hate more, though?
Taylor Swift?
Pirating. That's right. Evil piracy. Do you know the famous ad, "You wouldn't steal a car"?
No, I would steal a
car. There's a famous ad. I think this was mainly in the
laugh?
I mean, fair enough.
You ever wonder where your other car went?
No, that was like I like missed something in your VOD, or like I like misheard you because I zoned out for a second and I went back to go see what you said, but I just clicked somewhere in the VOD on accident, and the point I clicked to when I was like skipping forward, you said like you were talking as if you had like the money right now or something, and you were like, "I think I'm gonna get a car before I get a house." I was like, yeah, I feel like that's usually the first step is like getting a car before you buy a home.
Yeah.
But maybe you're skipping that step and maybe you're just stealing it. Fair enough.
And then I'll steal the home.
Squatters' rights.
Or the car is the home. I get an
car
RV.
Home. Car homes are kind of sick.
Also,
tricked out vans.
Side note, we talked about Coachella earlier. Bring it back to Coachella. You mentioned the drama of the car decorating and how they got artist tickets. You did not mention that was for life.
What?
The tickets they
That's for
won
life.
were for life. VIP tickets
I did
for
not
life.
know that. Also, that was off podcast too.
No, that was on podcast.
So if we no, I swear we talked about it after the podcast, but in call.
I swear we talked about it on the podcast.
One of us is wrong right now, and I'm not confident. but I swear my memory of the events, maybe I'm wrong. My memory was we ended it, and then I looked back at the topics.
April 14th.
Yeah, I remember. I swear we ended it, and then I looked back in the topics, and I realized that we didn't talk about it, and then I just talked about it with you. But I could be wrong.
No, I swear we talked about it. See, this is what happens
You
if we
sound
talk
more confident.
more.
You sound more confident, so we'll go with you. If you guys have no idea what carpool cella is, please ask us. I did not know. Maybe no. No, no. The drama. Okay, I'm looking now at the prizes. They got, I believe the people got guest passes, the guest backstage passes, and that was just a regular prize. There's a different prize that's VIP for life. So the drama was with a different pass. But I didn't know that people could get VIP for life. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm now gonna ask ChatGPT if they can listen to this episode and tell me if I mention it.
Can it do that?
I will find out. Can you let me
anyways,
know?
like I was saying before, there's a famous anti-piracy campaign that happened that said you wouldn't steal a car, right? And it was on like DVDs and shown in movie theaters and stuff, trying to say like you wouldn't steal a car, so why are you stealing like a movie, you know? They're trying to say it's the same thing, right? Why would you steal something? Do you want to know the funny part about this? Mckenzie?
This episode does not mention car decorations. The host did not just fuck. It also says the host discussed their experience attending Coachella. So
yeah, we went. Do you not remember?
I was drugged. What did you ask me?
To be fair, that title is, or no, that's we watched. I don't know. I said so. It was an anti-piracy campaign that was on like DVDs and in movie theaters, and said you wouldn't steal a car because they were trying to say the concept is like if you're stealing a movie, it's still stealing something, and you wouldn't steal a car, so why are you stealing this? It's illegal. It should be the same thing is what they were trying to say. It has now been found out. This was a campaign in like 2004. It started. It's now been found out in modern days. Apparently, the font they used in the ad was pirated.
Oh, that's
so the anti-piracy campaign in itself.
And let me tell you, chat, the font
is pirated.
Ain't even that cool.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty shit font. Yeah, so they basically burned the whole campaign now because apparently they would steal a car because no. But in retrospect, it's a lie because they would steal a car because they stole the font, and that's fucked up.
Yeah. Hypocrites, am I right? No. Okay.
I just thought it was funny if I didn't respond.
He's a hypocrite.
You know.
But you know what?
Do we want to get into the JoJo Siwa drama?
Let's end it off with the JoJo Siwa. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I think we've talked about it a bit, maybe.
I don't know what we talked about. I can't remember.
Anymore. We talk because we've like talked off podcast, but then also we like message, and it just kind of all blends together. Basically, if you don't know, JoJo Siwa went on Celebrity Big Brother. On Celebrity Big Brother, there was a man who was being kind of homophobic to her, and he said, "I bet if I last more than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore." And JoJo Siwa responded and said, "I guarantee."
Time is a bitch. I should have known better.
She said that, spit on his face, and then she said, "I guarantee you," there's a quote, "I guarantee you I will still be very gay and in a happy relationship." Meaning with her partner, with her girlfriend. She's now off of Celebrity Big Brother.
They identify themselves as non-binary.
Okay, their partner. They have now come off of Celebrity Big Brother, JoJo Siwa, and she is no longer gay and no longer in a happy relationship. So that was a lie.
Yeah.
Um,
So during the whole, so in Big Brother, you were 24/7 surveillance and also like live stream to the
yeah,
public, even when
it's
they're
like
not recording.
they're not like privately surveilling you. You can just go and watch the streams of everyone in like all these different rooms and stuff.
And when and during these live streams, Jojo Siwa got very close to a man named Chris.
Chris Hughes from Love
Who,
Island,
yes, he's from Love Island, who's also 10 years older than him.
31 years old.
So they were like very touchy and
Mhm.
cuddly. And during this time, you don't have communication from the inside or the outside of the house.
Mhm.
So, you know, she's doing all of this, and their partner's probably just sitting at home watching.
Yeah, another thing that like broke my heart was so the partner posted a TikTok about it. They ended up taking it down, but they posted it after the like series ended and everything. And I went to their account to see if they were posting at all during it, and they had only posted twice. One was like completely unrelated, and then the other one was in response to the like guy being homophobic and stuff, and JoJo saying like she'll still be in a happy relationship, blah blah blah. And her partner said like this is why I love this person with my whole heart, and was just in love with JoJo, gassing JoJo up, like
They were
speaking
planning
nothing
on
but good
getting
things.
married.
Yeah, now we know from the video that she made after the fact that before going on the show, they had talks about getting married. They were very much in love. There was no signs of any conflict or struggle or any problems in their relationship. Then she goes on Celebrity Big Brother, JoJo, and borderline cheats. It's definitely like it's like emotional cheating, but then borderline like physically cheats almost
It's
because
base. It is cheating.
she was getting very touchy feely with this guy. They were constantly like he would just come up and like hug her from behind. They were getting
They're in the
forehead
hot tub
kisses.
together.
They slept together, like
They
cuddled up.
cuddled together.
Um
It's kind
and
of uncomfortable just to like watch.
Yeah, there's a Twitter account. I had to mute them. She is obsessed with them together, and like, uh, they were spotted at like a golf course, and this person like tweeted and was like, "Someone follow them, please!" Like laughing emojis because they just want to see more content of them. Very weird. Don't be parasocial. Um, but yeah, they were just basically cheating, and her partner just had to sit at home and watch this the entire time. And while she was watching this, when it comes to an end, right? She flies across the world to go to the
Wait,
wrap party.
before we go to that though,
Oh.
one of the first, like second or last episodes, they got mail from their family, so and loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So Jojo Super got mail from her, like their mother, and they had like a short message from their partner being like, "I can't wait to talk to you once you're out of the house," and that was basically all that they said. And
Mm-hmm.
then next thing you know, Jojo is, was she crying? I believe she was crying.
Yeah, I think so.
Being like, she didn't even say that she loved me or missed me. She just, it would like, she
Well,
wished she had
after like
more.
basically cheating on her for the entire week, got
Yeah.
sad that her girlfriend or her partner didn't say like "I love you" in the note. Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, so her partner posted this TikTok and basically they flew across the world to go to this rap party for JoJo. And in their head, they were like, obviously they saw everything. They weren't immune to it all. They saw everything on the internet. They saw all the clips. They were watching the show. Um, and they were gonna talk to JoJo and, figure out what's going on, try to work things out, right? And they get to this rap party, and apparently, like an hour into it or something, JoJo dumped their partner with Chris in the other room, and then just went back to hanging out with Chris.
Yeah.
which is great. And now she's been on like a TV interview with Chris. She's
And a
been spotted.
podcast.
Yeah, she went on a podcast with George Clarkey, which is crazy. That caught me off guard. She's been spotted out with Chris, like they've been golfing, this, that, the other thing, and just dropped their partner with an hour, like within an hour of
And
getting off the show. Just no communication.
Chris is straight?
Yeah, he was on Love Island, so yeah.
Are we sure he's straight?
I do believe so, unless something has changed between Love Island and now.
Something has changed within me.
I do believe so.
Interesting. But don't be JoJo Siwa. Cause karma's a bitch, so just wait.
It's crazy to me that like JoJo didn't even go on one of like the dating like if she was on Temptation Island and she cheated, it's like that's what that show's for. Like yeah, the relationship was over before she went on, you know.
It'd be fucked. She'll do too
But-
much on Temptation Island if she's doing this
but
on
the
Big Brother.
Yeah, the fact she went on Big Brother, and it wasn't even like normal Big Brother. You're in there for like 100 days if you don't get voted out, right? So it's a really long time. She was on Celebrity Big Brother. It was like a week long.
No,
She
it
was-
was a month, I think.
Okay, 1 month long. When
It was a while.
did Celebrity Big Brother start? Fuck, that's no, not season 1. I want the newest season. What? Why is this so hard? Okay, it returned on April 7th. Okay, yeah. So not even a full month, but like I'll give her like 3/4 of a month. But instead of 100 days, it was 3/4 of a month, and she still managed to cheat on her partner, and then don't.
Like,
And then
I
she's
don't.
the one who. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I just don't understand why. Like, did her relationship mean nothing? Did she not love them? Like, I don't get.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because even I don't know, my argument, and to each their own, I guess, but my argument is like even if while you're on the show, like you figure out that for some reason your partner isn't the one, you know, and you want to break up with them, or you don't think it's going anywhere you want it. I feel like there's
You
more.
still.
I
Go ahead.
think her partner deserves more of a conversation than a talk at the wrap party and then you just go back to partying.
And
I
also,
think
like, I feel like emotionally and mentally, you have to, like, get over them still.
yeah.
Like, did she not love or care for her at all? Like,
She-
or like,
she's
no, I don't.
Yeah, she just completely dropped them and is just moving on fine. It's crazy.
So don't be JoJo Siwa.
Don't be a don't be a Joe Goldberg, don't be a JoJo Siwa. All right, take notes, guys. This is relationship advice.
101.
And this is financial advice. Invest everything into John Coin right now.
You have a coin?
Yeah, I'm starting it.
When? Tomorrow?
When this episode goes live, it's a pump and dump. Hopefully they didn't make
Ah.
it this far in the episode and just to the John Coin and they just backed out. I'm the second they start buying it, I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna make a bunch of money. Do you want in or no?
I'm good.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Sorry, I looked up John Coin and I got John British Coins Index and it's like the wackiest looking guy on a freaking old ass coin.
Bro,
There's
that's
seriously
you.
there's seriously a thing called John Coin.
That's you, bro. Got the beard and everything.
That's crazy. I really do have a coin. Everyone go
But-
buy John coins.
But thank you so much for listening to the podcast, chatters. If you have a topic that you want us to cover, feel free to let us know in the Discord. In my Discord.
Yes,
We don't have a
yes.
Discord for this podcast.
We have a channel now.
We have a channel. We have a thread. No,
I think it's a thread. I think it's a thread.
I have no clue how Discord works anymore. But
There's-
we
there's
appreciate
ducks
you
in our DMs.
listening. There is ducks. We have backgrounds now, like Instagram. Discord might shut down. We don't know. What is life?
Yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, you guys might have heard Discord shutting down, by the way. Thank you for listening, though. You guys might have heard that.
You might have heard that. Okay, bye. Let's just end it there.
Bye.
Bye.